well. We look outside of restaurants and we really look at lifestyle companies. We want to think about, but not just food. Like I really look at Virgin America. I think they do a really great job. And there was a recent article of Richard Branson was doing things on Inc. or Fast Company, one of the two. But he really talked about telling stories and using social. It's not about marketing, it's about telling stories and sharing those and using social media to tell that. So I really like Virgin, besides the fact that they're a great company and we all love flying it. But we look there, we'll look at like Lululemon. I really like Warby Parker. I think Four Seasons does a really great job on Instagram. So we kind of take a look at what other companies outside of food and restaurants are doing and how are they successful in following them.
I definitely think that what we're looking at from website companies, from looking at like remodeling our website, I tend to love a lot of what they're doing in the coffee space. I think there's some great coffee roasters. We have one local, Handsome Roasters, great guys on Instagram, Tumblr. They're fantastic. Definitely go check them out. Yet, on their website, if you ask Tyler how's his website, he's like, we don't even care about it. It's one of the kind of sexiest websites I've ever seen. I'm like, really, you don't care? You're like, not trying and you're that hot? It's fantastic. I mean, if any of you, I think probably everyone in here probably follows When It Started Kitchen on Twitter, because if you don't, he's fun, and you should talk to him because it's like his Twitter. So we actually talk about when and what he tweets in some of our meetings.
I'm crazy.
Well.
I'm really crazy.
We definitely look at. We actually have really tried to study places that we believe have tried to stay local as they scale. It's something that we're really wrestling with. How do you stay not just relevant but core to your needs? So we do actually go in and with the whole team and study brands like Whole Foods and brands like Lululemon. They're very relevant to what we're trying to do, and that's not water down our brand, but really invest in. So.
I gotta pass on this one because
Pass?
I gotta pass because this is where my co-founder
You did a lot on Yelp.
comes in. I was good on Yelp.
You're good on Yelp.
You're really toxic. Okay. Okay. Last question.
You wanted to say Mendocino Farms.
You did. I know, but I said I was against rules.
Yeah, I know. She didn't write that down.
Last question, then we'll open up to question and answer, so get your questions ready. Last question is, how do you grow your fan base? We're talking Facebook fans, Twitter fans, and maybe you don't. Do you try, or does it just happen? And what's the end game?
One way that we've had great success is celebrities talking on your social media. It's been huge. We had Jessica Alba talking about eating her pizza the other day. She was sitting in one of our stores, and on Facebook, and it was like 80,000 fans immediately were looking at this thing. Now, obviously, that's nationwide. It doesn't do us good here as a local brand, but many of them were from here. So we love the idea of getting celebrities somehow involved with us. The Kardashians, first scene of the Kardashians this year, they're big fans of ours up in Calabasas. The Jenner boys walked in with 80 pizzas, sat on the counter. Bruce Jenner's there, and they're all sitting around eating Fresh Brothers. That's a great way to. We didn't pay for that one. I would have. That was big for us. How do we grow it for us? Our fan base, we're somewhat old school, the old fishbowl way. We have cards on every one of our tables. Join our Fresh Fan Club. If you give us your name, your email, we don't even want your address anymore. We want that email. We're going to send you a pizza, salad, or wings on your birthday every year. We've been doing it for people. We've been around now 5 years, 5.5 years. We have people that have gotten 5 free pizzas from us every year. And guess what? They get a personal pizza, and they're going to spend probably $10 or $15 or $25 more when they buy that one pizza. We're giving away over 40,000 pizzas a year right now. That's one way. The other way, too, again, online ordering. When someone online's, boom, they go right into our Fresh Fan base. They're opting in to use our service. They're giving us their email. We send them a return confirmation, and they're now part of our list. So that's a great way to kind of build those numbers. We're always looking for fun, creative, different contests. NCAA tournament. This year we teamed up with Spectrum Clubs, and we did a pick Final Four. Forgot how the contest worked. It was actually an online contest on Facebook, and whoever won picked the right teams. They ended up getting a 12-person basketball party sponsored by Fresh Brothers at a referee basketball game at Spectrum Clubs. It was a great co-marketing we did, and we usually don't co-market. That was actually one of the first things we co-marketed. Academy Awards, we run a contest for Academy Awards, huge TV viewing night. We sell a ton of pizza on the Academy Awards, one of our bigger nights. So that's another way that we're tying into current events that are going on out there. A finale of some big show that's on TV. It might be part of our email blast, just reminding people, if you're going to sit home and watch TV, you might as well eat Fresh Brothers while you're doing it. So we're looking for little nuggets out there. We're staying current. We're watching when the presidential debates were on. I mean, we got just killed during the debates. The days when I always know when we're doing really well because nobody's in Mendocino Farms because we're all watching TV and they have to come in as much.
Very true.
So vice versa, when they're full over there, for some reason we're not watching TV. So we look for what's going on out there in the news and the media. Saturday USC game was huge. USC, I'm sorry, not doing well this year. It was enormous for us, and those days we plan around and we put extra drivers on it. So.
We don't try, and it shows. So, we honestly, we've had people like pitch us, like, oh, we can find these people, and we can, build up your Facebook, whatever. And it's like, it's so not for us. It's so not what we're about. It's actually opposite of what we're about. So, if anything, we just try to reward the people that are like, for instance, on our Facebook page, like we'll do, like the private invite party, which, is a pretty good party. We've done other contesting when we sponsored what was the big Bacon Festival. We gave, a couple tickets, to the, to a couple of our hardcore regulars. So, at the end of the day, we don't try, it shows, so. Don't do it.
Are you going to try more?
Mario, try harder. Is that what you're saying, Lauren? Try harder.
Yeah. Try harder.
You know what? I'm going to be super honest with people that have beginning, restaurants and restaurant groups. At the end of the day, guys, it's bandwidth. You have to decide where you're going to spend your time and your energy. In fact, we have, a really awesome, person, that probably could do it. She's also our trainer, right? So she's working on our training materials to make sure the product inside actually tastes more consistent because our team is more well trained. So we just added someone as a marketing manager to actually really step up. 8 months ago, if you would have done a Yelp review, I would have responded. You know what I mean? I'm sure Eric was doing it, before. So it's a bandwidth issue, and it took us that long to find someone that actually come through our ranks that we really felt like I could pass the torch to stay authentic to the brand. But you're gonna find you have to make those choices, right? So anything that helps you make those choices a little bit better, maybe there's some information today, is a good one. You guys coming today to kind of weigh your options, that's a good first step to weighing your bandwidth choices.
I think same on that same bandwidth is important. You can only do so much, and I always recommend that you can't do 10 things really well, but you can do 2 or 3 things really well. So that's why we've chosen to say, you know what, we'll look at Yelp, but there's just no way we can respond to every single review. We wish we could, but there's just no way. So we've decided, you know what, we're gonna put that aside. But what we can focus on is we can do Facebook really well. We can do Twitter really well. We can do Instagram. So we focus on, we just pick and choose. This is what we can do, and we're just gonna let the rest of these go. You know what, Foursquare's awesome, but can't handle it right now. It's just going to be put aside. Sorry. We'll get to it. We can get to it. Or even sometimes it's just claiming. Like I created their Google Plus pages so that we can actually have correct listings with pretty photos on Google Maps. But that's the most that we can do because, again, bandwidth is important. And, focusing on what's most important to you. And for us, for numbers, we really, it's a matter of just, they all come in organically. People just find us, they like us, and what we do, I think is the best way to get you followers, is people will talk about you naturally anyways. And we just go in and search. I go search on Instagram, I go search on Twitter, and I can find who's talking about tender greens. And they don't always tag tender greens, and I'll just respond to them, be like, hey, thanks so much for coming in. Glad you liked it. I'll respond with something funny, or I'll favorite their tweet, and they love it. And that will almost always get me a follow or a like. And the key is, I don't want to follow them, I want them to follow me, because if I follow them back, then it makes my clout score lower. That's the whole advanced. But and I think one of the easiest things that you can do that drives me crazy, because not enough restaurants do this, and even Tender Greens is guilty of this, is put your social media handles on your menu, on your menu boards, somewhere in your restaurant so people can find it. Because I hate going to a restaurant and I love something, I'm like, oh, I want to tweet that I'm here. What's the Twitter handle? Shit, I can't. And I'm looking everywhere. I'm like, where is it on the menu? Where is it on the wall? I'm trying to search in Google, and if you have it on the menu, people can find it, and it's easy. And they're more likely to tweet or post or like you on Facebook if they can easily find you. Because these days, everybody, you have underscore this and capital hyphen something. It's really, it used to be easier to find companies on social media, and now it's really hard. So if you make it easier for your customer, they will fan and like you back. That's the #1 tip that we should.
That was a great tip. I would love to open it up to questions.